I don't even know where to begin. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Movie Hoppers. I'm your host, John Maffio, aka MaffmanJones. Today's topic of discussion is enormous. I don't even know where to begin. I really honestly don't know where to begin. But yesterday, or the day before that, Variety reported that Robert Downey Jr. was in talks to have a really giant role in Captain America 3, signifying the idea of Civil War starting with the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's not confirmed yet, but it's highly substantial and very probable, so that's a really big deal. But now, since I guess Warner Brothers heard about this and Marvel had some thunder and fire, DC's like, we want some fire too. We want the attention. Why? We want attention. Why is Marvel get all the attention? Why do you love them more? Why do you love them more? So DC unleashed their entire slate of movies between 2016 and 2020. My opinion on this whole matter is kind of frustrating and annoying because this is all awesome. Like, the actual content is awesome, but the way that it was executed, I'm not a fan of it. But anyway, let's get into the details first. I have my laptop right here. Coming out in 2016 in March is Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice, which is we all know about, and apparently everybody's going to be in that movie. I hope it turns out good. Hopefully, because if it doesn't turn out good, I don't think the rest of the slate is going to turn out as perfect as it looks. But after that, we have Suicide Squad, which is a bunch of DC villains coming out in 2016 too, directed by David Ayer. Then we have Wonder Woman and Justice League Part 1. Wonder Woman starring Gal Gadot, which released in 2017. Then in 2018, we have The Flash and Aquaman. The Flash will be played by Ezra Miller from Perks of Being a Wallflower, and Aquaman will be played by Jason Momoa, who played Khal Drogo, I can't pronounce the last name properly, from Game of Thrones. Both great casting choices, but I'll get to that in a bit. Then in 2019, we have Shazam, starring The Rock as Black Adam, and Justice League Part 2. Yeah, it's going to be in Part 1 and Part 2. It's not, it's one continuous story, I guess. And then we have Cyborg, starring Ray Fisher, and Green Lantern reboot in 2020. Do you think DC/Warner Brothers blew their load just a little bit? You think that they possibly could have spread out these news stories about these movies over the next few months, years of time, and build mystery around what they're doing instead of just unleashing everything on us so we know everything for the next 5-6 years going on? Like, there's no mystery anymore now. Why reveal all of your characters' movies in one day? Why tell us everything in one day? It ruins the fun. And in regards to Marvel's possible potential cinematic Civil War, that's a whole other video for discussion because Civil War emits an entire influx of discussion. So there's so much to talk about, but I am genuinely excited for these movies. I am. I think Aquaman is awesome. The Flash starring Ezra Miller, that's really cool. Green Lantern reboot, I'm down for it because the first Green Lantern is one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my entire life. Again, I like the content, but I don't like the execution of the content being revealed. I don't. Like, on the opposing side, Marvel likes to keep things mysterious. We hear rumors about things, we hear things about a lot of characters and storylines, but we don't actually find out about these things until they feel like the time is right. They don't tell us everything. Like, there was rumors of Doctor Strange for the longest time, then we finally got a release date. Black Panther still has rumblings, but we don't know officially yet. There are movies coming out in 2017, 2018, 2019, and furthermore, but we don't know what the actual movies are yet. We don't know most of them. And that's cool, because I like having some kind of mystery, even though they will eventually reveal it. I like that Marvel likes to keep things on the low. In my eyes, even though it could be an entirely different reason why, ultimately, in my eyes, it's just like if a kid isn't getting attention from their mom and dad, like a younger brother, that younger brother is going to try to do something stupid to get attention. So basically, Warner Brothers is being the younger, stupid brother, just trying to get attention from mommy and daddy. And Marvel is that older brother who knows better and knows what to do. The more I think about it, the more exhausted and congested my mind feels, because really, if you think about all the movies coming out between Marvel's slate DC slate, Warner Brothers slate, not include superhero movies, and just blockbusters in general coming out in the next five-ish years, it's just too much. We're gonna get so many superhero movies between now and 2020. Genuinely, I feel like things could fall apart. If things don't go the way Warner Brothers wants it to go, then a lot of these movies that are on the slate will either disappear or be pushed back. Because they need this entire franchise of Justice League to be successful in order to have all these movies come out. In terms of the actual order of the slate, they are doing a kind of smart job because they are having character movies coming out after Justice League. So people will already have the knowledge of these characters going into the movie, unlike with Marvel, which was addressed on AMC Movie Talk, where we didn't know these characters at first. A lot of general audiences didn't know Captain America or Thor, or even Iron Man, even though Iron Man was the most successful one to come out, the first one in 2008. It was a different perspective and a different approach. And DC, Warner Brothers, in their own right, is taking a different approach to having these movies come out. And that's admirable and ambitious in a way, but it's just unprofessional and wrong, I think, of them to just tell everybody what they're doing for the next 5 years in one day. And even so, a day or two after Marvel starts to get rumblings of things. Like, it's unprofessional. New York Comic Con was last weekend. Why not announce them at New York Comic Con? It would get some buzz. From my perspective, I think this is just really strange and peculiar and weird that a production company and a studio such as Warner Brothers would release information like this at this time. The juxtaposition of everything going on with this is just weird. But on the positive, optimistic side of things, I am very, very excited for Aquaman starring Jason Momoa. Jason Momoa is an underrated actor. He's got potential to be really big. He looks the part in a different type of way, not the classic Aquaman type of way. Ezra Miller as the Flash, I effing love that. Even though it does seem like a weird choice and he's really skinny. But, I mean, the Flash, I don't know much about these characters, so I am actually very excited to see where they take the direction of these characters in these movies. The only thing that kind of bugs me is that some people are mentioning that DC Warner Brothers is being ambitious and admirable to have a female-driven character movie like Wonder Woman and an African-American-driven movie like Cyborg come out before Marvel. But does it really matter what race or gender they are? We're in 2014. It's not the 1900s. I can get into the whole politics of feminism and homosexuality and all that, but it's 2014, really. That's not a concern anymore. If the movie's good, the movie's good. And just a random thought, but it seems mind-boggling to me that, okay, year 2002, when Spider-Man came out, adults at that time had, people who actually care about superhero movies, had a collection of the original Batman movies, the original Superman movies, and maybe X-Men 1. That's a couple movies. Now, for the average adult who likes collecting these movies and having them on their wall or on on the shelf, you're going to have 20, 30, 40, 50 different movies. How do you even begin to introduce something like that to your children? There's going to be so many movies on your shelf. Like, it's going to be mind-boggling. You don't even know where to begin. And you can't help but feel that people are going to get tired of it all. And there are interesting stories to tell in the genre, but if you have 4 or 5 of these movies coming out every year, people can't afford to spend all that much money, especially if tickets are going to $15, $16 or more dollars, like for a regular matinee price. It's tough. And for now, that's all I have to say about this whole DC Warner Brothers superhero news. But I want to know from you guys what you think of this. Are you very excited? Do you like the way they approached unleashing this news on people, or do you think they should have approached in a different way? Do you like the approach of the actual movies coming out in the order that they are? What are you most excited for? What are you least excited most for? Let me know everything about this in the comments down below. I want to talk about Civil War with the Marvel movies, but that's another video. Because, really, there's so much you could talk about with that. And that's it. If you enjoyed this video, please like it and then subscribe to my channel, MaffmanJones, so you'll never miss a video from me ever again. Also, check out Facebook, Twitter, and Wheel of Film in the info box. I'm John Maffio, aka MaffmanJones, and I'm about to take a nap because I am exhausted.